Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 TS Hub. We are here for round 4 of the podium tier in season 12. It's the dreaded Baku and Sean who is alongside me in the commentary block as always for this podium tier. We have rain.
Yes, we have rain on this track, and beforehand I cursed it because I said imagine raining on this track and without practice, and moments later we have rain in this beautiful horrific track that is the Baku city.
Yes, it's already a difficult track, Sean, to keep your car in one piece just in the dry conditions, particularly when A, you're pushing for a hot quality lap, and B, when you're in a long race distance, tires getting worn. That moment of lapse in concentration. Ermi's already retired from the session. Where on earth is that on track?
At the end of the quarter session, I just was on board with him and he crashed out already.
We're right on board with Gamersat, and we'll see if we can see his stricken Ferrari. Not a good start to his return. His comeback to the three-time champion at F1 TS Hub, Sean, most successful driver, spinning it into the wall. And yeah, facing the wrong way. That'll be Ermi's session over before it even started.
Yeah, but you know, if it is dry for him, then it can be a really big advance for you. But right now it's just really avoided. You can't even set a lap time. It's already avoided. Oh, the new driver is already recorded. How did that happen?
So big welcome to League to Taj, who seems to have not made it through this qualifying session. We're seeing Rex touch the wall there as he enters the fast turn, I believe 19, as you head onto the back straight. Sean, it's so difficult in dry conditions. In these conditions, these drivers surely they just need to cruise around and get a lap time on the board.
Actually, they have, but from all of the tracks, this track is the most trickiest track to even drive in the wet. So I like this kind of challenges for myself, but for the drivers it's gonna be a real handy. Oh, the Zeke also, oh my god, everyone's getting in the way. Because this track is just not fun to drive in the wet, and the dry is not either. So but you have to cruise here a little bit, just get used to the track. Already also sector 1, that's that's the Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just completely misjudged his braking point, and we're gonna see a few drivers that are gonna miss their braking mark here, because with the wet conditions, and can't get out. I think I don't know what he's doing.
I think he's trying to get out without damaging his wing, maybe, so he can save some time by not pitting again. But these drivers, they're really going to struggle. How many of them do you think will have done wet practice in around Baku, around this circuit, or do you think they will have just focused on dry running?
I think no one. Yeah, I think you should do at least just a couple of laps in time trial in the wet, just to get familiar with the track if it is raining. But I think not a lot of drivers actually practice in the rain here. Oh, and there's only one phase. He's already lost the front wing, so I think the lap is going to be a little bit compromised. But if you lose your front wing on this track, it's not really affecting that you too much. But we're gonna have to see. But you have. But if it is dry in the race, then the drivers are gonna focus on. We have a first lap time on the board. It's from Jonas, 1:53.291. So, which driver can be that competitive right now?
Yeah, our championship leader, Danestar, won the last 2 races, is on a quick lap. Even you can just see he just doesn't have that much grip or confidence in the car, but is he going to be able to continue his recent form? Yellow flags in sector 2. I wonder who's had another incident, 1 and 2 now. So we'll ride on board.
That's the Renault. That's the Renault of Stevie G. Also on broken front wing, and that's Danestar.
D-Boy Dan's retired. Oh, D-Boy Dan in the wall. That's in the last sector coming onto the main straight. We just talked about how difficult that is, and only one phase is also in the wall. So absolute carnage here in the podium tier for round 4 in Baku. We said the rain was going to cause them trouble. It's already proving just that.
It is already. We already have 3 drivers that already retiring from this track, and there goes Joe. Going to put his lap time here, so hopefully he doesn't get held up or anything on this track. So I think some of them maybe the best drivers here, like Danestar, he may put on some practice here. But even for him, it's going to be a real tough challenge. Maybe even set a much better competitive time. You have yellow sector 2, that's Gamer said he's broken his front wing.
Yep, castle section, catching another driver out. Do you think it looks to me, Sean, as though it's getting wetter out there? Do you think it could be a session where it goes from into to wet weather conditions?
I think it's gonna be. It looks like much darker in the sky as well. So I think we're gonna have to see that. Yellows again in sector 2. That's don't see anyone actually. Oh, Jordan almost steered in too early and almost crashed there, but
he's got a Force India in front of him as well. Yeah, in his way. So is he on a hot lap, Zeke? Nope. Doesn't get out the way.
Needs to get out of the way. Oh, that was really close. I mean, Zeke, you have to get out of the way, my man. Come on.
Unless he's on a hot lap, of course, then you know he is entitled to push. But yeah, really holding up Jordan at the moment, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's on a hot lap. Oh my god, he almost lost the back end, and this is gonna be a slipstream fest for yellows in sector 3. I'm just gonna ride aboard with the Zeke. You see anyone crashed? No, I don't see anyone. There's a clear yellow flag. What can
this slipstream's really gonna help Jorit. Oh, he touches him. Wow. And that jumps him up to 4th place. Zeke comes in across the line in 7th place, I believe that is. And Jorit goes straight on. Front wing debris on the edge of the track there by turn 1. Let's see if we can catch Gazza's on a hot lap now, the Red Bull driver. Red Bull leading the Constructors' Championship, by the way.
Yes, they are leading the championship by 54 points, but it's still early on in this season, so anything can still happen. But it is already a nice feeling that you lead the championship. And Nick has jumped up to 2nd with a 152.410, so closest to Stainstar right now. And yeah, Gazzaman, by the looks of it, just a very clean lap time. Just negotiating this 2 final corner always pretty hard in the wet, but in the dry you can even catch you out when you have worn tires or even have tire temp issues. I think he's gonna get the DRS of the Ferrari guy, Jonas. He's gonna get a 150.12. So
those Red Bulls looking good in these conditions, aren't they? By the way, we do have Liam in the other Renault who is joined the session, but you won't be able to lap time. He joined just a little bit too late, was having some connection issues, but good to have him in the race. Hopefully that sorts itself out and he can build on last week's result. But as you mentioned, 4 drivers out of this qualifying session already, only 9 of them to set a lap time so far. So what can Ols do? He's on a lap. He's had an underperforming season. Perhaps this is where we can challenge him and put on a good result here today.
Yeah, and Teji is also joined back. But yeah, I think he had a pretty okay start, but Australia was just a very unlucky one. And we have yellow sector 2 entry. That's for the Zeke running right, almost in the final corner. Is yellow sector 2. And there's yellow flag everywhere in this track right now. I see no one crashing out or anything. I think we are all good. I'm just gonna ride on board again with the balls. Yeah, it started with Australia was just like very unlucky that he got stuck within the pit lane, and but the rest he scored pretty decent points, and hopefully he can bring on this track also a very good result for him, because Haas right now is doing actually a pretty decent job in my opinion.
If you have been watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on 199, so we'd love to see that number hit 200 during the stream. But only just under 8 minutes left of this session. You can see how much they're having to lift through those final couple of corners. They must be so worried about just going full throttle through there, and the grip obviously just isn't there.
No, and I cannot recommend going full throttle there, because it's really gonna take you out. And all this 4th place with 152.5. And yeah, in the dry, if you have warm tires, you can't even go flat out there, because the car is gonna just wipe you out. And in the wet, I just don't do it, because you're gonna put it straight into the wall.
Alrighty, so yellow flags again, as you mentioned, Sean, making a frequent appearance in today's session, but 2 drivers still to set a lap time at the bottom there. We're waiting for Stevie and White Eagle to see what they can do. Are either of them on a hot lap? Yes, both of them are. So let's keep an eye and see what they're able to do.
Eagle is on a hot lap. David goes in turn 15, and yeah, braking hard there. I mean, you can go over the curb there, not even getting a penalty, so make the most out of that curve when he went over. Yellow's in sector 3 again. That's what game is set. Gonna ride a board with White Eagle, maybe we can see something. Yeah, he crashed there, yeah.
Oh, he touches the wall as well.
No damage, so only good, but it's really gonna compromise his run on the way to the finish line. Yellow's again, yeah, sector 2 and 3, but it's gonna be a 50, no, 56? Yeah, 10th place. And there goes...
the Renault jumps up as well.
Oh, Jamie! He spun around. Coming to the Tulsa 6 in almost. He has broken his front wing, but...
he'll be able to come back to the pits and get that one repaired and one final run.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to set him on, yes, on his front wing, because although he's not gonna really fix the front wing, so drivers have to be careful on that. And Yellow's against sector 3, I mean that's the C.
Ols pops into 3rd place with that latest lap time, so 150.4 the quickest at the moment, so Red Bull front row as we head towards the 5-minute mark in this session. Can anyone improve? There's obviously a big delta between these guys, but you'd expect a higher delta, Sean, in these more tricky and wet conditions. Yellow flags across all 3 sectors now. Is anyone in the wall? The 2 Mercedes are nose to tail. I wonder if they're holding each other up.
The Zeke is driving without fuel, so he's the one that falls the yellow flag in sector 3. And I think Jamie's now going into the pit fixing his front wing, so hopefully getting a good result in quali. He is fighting at the moment with for 3rd place with Gazerman, with Nick, and I think with someone else. So it's really tied up for 3rd place in the championship right now with those 2. So he's going into the pit, overtaking the Zeke. And yeah, hopefully we can get one final run in.
Danestar on another quick lap, really fighting the car as it wiggles on exit, tries to get the power down. This big curve is going to mean he touches the wall there. I don't know if you got damage from that one.
No,
the Mercedes in front is warming his tyres up.
Let's do it.
Gets out of the way nicely. Might try and pick up a bit of slipstream there. That's a clever idea, perhaps.
Ooh, he goes a lot. Oh my god, this hitting that wall like he's like a madman, and somehow getting no damage, but he goes a lot quicker than all the other drivers, and this is going to be a 49. Yeah, so
49.6. Just shows you, Sean, if you can get away with, he's going to retire from this session, I'm sure, after that. If you can get away with kissing those walls like that, then... and
he even touched that wall.
Yeah, so... more than a kiss, that was more like a smooch as Ols comes into the pits. Nick is on a hot lap, is he? Yes, he's just started a hot lap now, so the Mercedes man currently down in 5th position. What can he do from there? Yellow flags in sector 1 again. Jamie's back out with a new front wing on that Haas car. The other Mercedes is a Jorrit sliding all over the place. The counter steering on that car was power steering really having its work cut out for him. Rex currently just starting a lap in 10th position, but it seems to be going quite slow, so not sure if
Yellows again, yellows. I mean, oh, that's for Jonas. He spun round going in, just before the call section. No wait, that's just after.
Stevie's up to 3rd, by the way, so he's obviously feels a bit more comfortable in these conditions than the dry. And he's showing that that Renault can really go well in these conditions. Liam will take comfort for that, I'm sure.
He takes it very nicely in those last 2 corners, but I think he's not on a lap, I believe.
No, he spun, didn't he, Jonas? Stevie's coming in.
Yeah, I thought Stevie, yeah, Stevie's going in.
So that'll be Stevie's session over. I don't believe he'll have enough time to come in and get out again, especially in these conditions. So he's done.
Nope.
Danestar, we also believe, is on an in lap. So Gazza's on an out lap.
Ols is just coming out of the pit, and that's going to be tricky. He has to push now pretty hard right now if he wants to maybe even be in time to set a lap time.
Jorrit improves by 3 seconds, 152.7. Still just under 3 seconds off pole position at the moment for Jorrit. So Danestar, he feels so confident in that Red Bull that he can, whatever condition, whatever track, he can just push it to the absolute limit and know that that car is going to grip the track.
No, and this conditions are going to be the same, but I think maybe Danes is going for one more lap. Or is he? I think he's not going to. I think he's going straight back to the pits.
He's not using any errs. If he is going for now, back in the pits for the Red Bull driver championship leader. So Nick is in second now.
And Fizzy has left the session, so I think he disconnected again. He's going to ride on board with Jamie. He's currently on a hot lap. He's going to be his only one, so he has to make the most out of it.
I'm on board with Jonas. He took pole position last week in China, but what can he do here tonight in Baku? Completely different circuit, same car, different conditions. A tricky last couple of corners, that's for sure. Let's see how the Ferrari man takes it. Oh, lifts off, touches the wall. Doesn't carry as much speed as Danestar did though, as he runs down towards the line that just never seems to come.
Yeah, he's not going to improve his time. No, he's not.
Will he have one more lap?
There in 7.
He's got enough errors to do another lap, so this could be his final one. Jorit's up by almost a second on his sector 3, so he absolutely flew through those final couple of corners, what looked like on the broadcast view, as he heads down towards. He'll be able to do one more lap if he wants to, but he's going to run out of errors. It's a 151.7, moves him up to 6th position at the moment. Ols is on a lap. Stevie's on an out lap, he's not going to get time. Gazza's on a flying lap now as well.
Jamie just braking so hard in that final corner. I think that's going to be compromising him, but he has still a lot of errors. He's going to improve massively on his left time, but what's going to be? It's going to be a
52.3. Yeah, jumps him up to 7th. So who have we got on the lap? We've got Rex coming to cross the line now. He's up by 0.8 of a second. So will he be able to continue that as he crosses the line? It's going to be an improvement up to 9th position. So Jonas is on a lap. We've got Jorit on a lap. Ols is on a lap. Gazza's on a lap. And Nick is on a in lap. So 4 drivers still to complete the time. Gazza goes deep into the final braking zone on the track. If you exclude the final 2 fast left-right handers, which are lifts.
There we go. Oh, he takes a lot more than... Oh, he's hitting the wall, he's out!
He's out.
Yeah, he had to try something, but really unfortunate, and hopefully the car does a little bit goes for the other drivers.
Who's going to be next to come through?
That's Ols. He's coming on the last couple of corners. Let's see what he can do. Can he take a lot more speed in it? The answer is yes. A lot more speed. He has to avoid the car. Oh,
that was close. There's a slow car up in front as well. Is he gaining any slipstream from this? What is it? It's Jonas. So Jonas has backed off from his lap. Yeah. And this is going to be a 151.5.
2,000 between Ols and Stevie. Just improved by a little bit. What can Joey do?
Here he comes. As he crosses the line. Improves up to 3rd. Mercedes 2nd and 3rd on the grid. Gazza in 4th position now. So Nick, the only driver, he's on an in lap. So that is our qualifying results. 4 drivers not to set a time, crashing out the triple world champion. The first driver to hit the wall and take an early trip back to the pits on the motorcycle. But just shows you, Sean, even though it's rain conditions in the end there, it was so close.
It was actually really close. I thought Deenster would, be closer, but I think when you lower down the grid, it was very, very exciting. So I think this quali was pretty intense in some way.
We've also got Liam joining us in the Renault for he'll start in obviously 17th place. So we'll have 17 drivers start today's race, and let's find out what the conditions are going to be like. But Sean, do you want to take us through the official results?
Yeah, Danestar is in first with a fantastic lap time. Nick in second, Jordan in third after improving. So well done to him. Gazzaman fourth, Ols in fifth, Stevie sixth, Jamie seventh. I will expect a little bit better for him. Jonas 8th, Pineville in 9th, White Eagle 10th for the Alfa Romeo team. Gamerset 11th, Dezik 12th, Tizi 13th, 14th, Deepoy Dan, only one face 15th, and Ermi in 16th.
There you have it. Those are the ones that completed qualifying, or even, should we say, took part. Some never completed. Just how tricky do you think that was for them, Sean, to get out there? 18 minutes they've got to set their quickest time, and Tej just gets back in time. I wonder if he'll be able to race or not.
We have to start on the grid, so I hope for him that he can join, but
I can't see his name on the left-hand side. That's the only thing.
yeah, I mean,
I don't think he'll be able to race. Of course, debut here, Tej, but obviously connection issues limiting his running in qualifying. And we wait for the drivers to select their strategy. Gaza, of course, our tier coordinator for this podium tier, will then get the formation lap underway when a given time has been set out. But White Eagle choosing to ignore what the steward said and get the race underway, or the formation lap underway beforehand. But hello to everyone watching. Tell us who you think is going to win this race. Danestar commanding lead, commanding gap in qualifying, but can he carry that through this? Sean, it's not a straightforward track. It's not get pole position, get a few seconds lead in the opening laps and sail away into the distance. You have to constantly be focused every corner, every lap.
You have to especially do that on this track, because you can't lose a single drop of concentration on this track. It's just, it's not like, oh my god, the Ferrari of Irmo just, oh my god, that was actually a weird lag thing. But yeah, already 2 drivers disqualified right now from the session, is not going to be in the race, so they have a massive disadvantage at the start. So, and Liam also, so not really good, only 1 phase as well. So guys, have to just be careful on your formation lap, because that's the only thing I can say. Anyway, with this track, you know, just the drop with concentration wise, you have to be just on the limb, you know, no one has to disturb you. I think even your teammate, even something happened, just they don't have to say something, because this track is just a real test of the drivers on their concentration levels.
Well, concentration's one thing, tyre strategy is another thing, Sean. We would expect all these drivers to be able to one-stop this now that they haven't had to qualify on a compound. So let's run through the driver choices. We've got Danestar on Supersofts, Nick on Supersofts, Jorit on Supersofts, Gaza on Supers, Ols is the first driver on the soft compound, Stevie's on Supers, Jamie's gone for softs, Jonas has gone for Supers, Rex has gone for Supers, White Eagle's gone for Supers, as has Gamersat. Dazik is the only driver to choose that ultra soft tyre compound here today. Tej is racing and he is on Supers. D-Boy Dan is also on Supers, as is only 1 phase, Ermi and Liam. So Sean, a lot of drivers choosing that Super to start the race. I think that'd be a good compound for them. Presumably they're going to switch from that to the soft tyre, as will Dazik look to do. It'll only be Ols and Jamie who are going to go for the reverse strategy of what we expect to be a one-stop race, plus all the additional stops for front wings.
Yes, and yeah, Dazik the only 1 driver on the Ultra, so he has a good chance also for the 1 stop, you know, just. But if he's going to get compromised, but it's purely down on his setup, if his tires or his tire tents are going to be overheated or not. But yeah, Jamie and Ols going to be for a long distance in this race, but if they just one stop with softer ultras, they having a very good advantage at the end of the race, but they have a really good advantage late in the race. But the rest on Supers, you know, just a good choice, just pitting around like 10, 11, 12 pit window, then going on the soft, they can easily make you the 1 stop.
Alrighty, well, we have 26 laps to decide the results for today. This is round 4, this is F1 TS Hub, this is the podium tier. We are here in Baku, and it is so good for all of you to join us. We can't wait to see these 5 red lights go out. And will we have a safety car? Will we have any wet weather running further in today? Tune in to find out. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all across social media at F1 TS Hub. Here we go, Sean. The 5 red lights are coming on our screen now. 4, 5, and the engines are revving. Away we go in Baku as they head down towards a short run into turn 1. Looks like the Mercedes gets away quite well. Down the outside, the Renault has to back out of a move there on the Red Bull. We're seeing... It's a Force India.
Oh, there's a Force India with the Zeke and 1 phase, yeah. Touch there, so it's great. She has a broken front wing. Lots of drivers just combined, but I think everyone has skated through, but Ermi has a broken front wing, seen on the right side, so he has to pit I think again. And I think for the rest everyone has going through unscathed. Oh, there's yellow flag, that's the Renault of Stevie G. I think it almost spun round, blocking his tires, so something is going on there, and there's something behind us. TG, yeah, shoot it through, I think.
Two Force Indias right at the back, both losing 4 positions at the start. Rex also lost a few positions as well. He's down behind his teammate in 12. Other than that, Sean, D-Boy Dan's gained 4. That was a relatively clean start here for Baku.
It is actually a very clean start. I expected even more current, but so far so good. And the drivers now with Ols and Jamie just... Oh, that's Jamie just almost spun round there, I think, with those still cold tires, so he needs to be careful. We still have yellows in sector 2, but they are now clear, so far so good. And again, yeah, that is early.
He's retired. Where's that on track? The same place he lost it in qualifying, so he's out of this race.
Oh, that's the only one face! Hit that wall very hard with the broken front wing, and I think TG could narrowly avoid it.
Yeah.
So already 2 drivers.
The same wall is claiming 2 drivers' races. You'd think that would be a safety car. Jonas gets ahead of Jamie, meanwhile down the long straight. I imagine that extra super soft grip will be paying dividends right now on Jamie as he's trying to warm up those softer compound tires. He says, I've had enough, see you later. D-Boy Dan, Gamersat and Liam all come into the pits. Liam showing in the Williams, of course he is racing for Renault this season, but he joined after qualifying. So Gaza, the 2 Red Bulls, Gamersat, the only drivers yet to change position from where they started.
Yeah, and they had to keep it clean, and by the start from Danger was actually just an amazing one. And the top just could now just everyone could avoid that, and yeah, they're now gonna go away, just warm up the tires, just go full gun blaze it now, and hopefully they don't crash out. As same, you have yellow sector 1, that's for that's D-Boy Dan and the McLaren Gamerset and Liam just after the pits. I think they have cold tires, try to brake, and I think this locked up. So I think
yes, something happened there. The 2 Force Indias, by the way, also came in on that lap as well. So they were the other 2 cars to pit. So that was 5 drivers pitting on the first lap of this race. Of course, it's never over, Sean. Safety car could bring these guys right back into play, as we've seen in so many races around this track and in real life. But Taj on his first race at F1 TS Hub, trying to get some warmth into those tires. T-Boy Dan involved in another incident. Liam there, just in front at a poor exit. It looks like he lets D-Boy Dan go. So perhaps that's maybe suggesting that was more Liam's fault than D-Boy's Dan. Of course, we don't know. We didn't see too much. Danestar sets another fastest lap of the race as Jonas gets ahead of Ols this time as he heads down the long straight. It looks like Jonas has really got good pace here, Sean.
Yeah, Jonas looks set very nicely and well, and yeah, he's pushing. Oh, I think he's almost close in too. And Gamerset has retired. That's again in that same track where Ermi spun. So I think that corner just catching drivers out.
I'm riding on board with Taj, so we'll go past the stricken McLaren shortly. But Gamersat not starting the season the way he wanted to. He wasn't feeling very well for the last couple of races, and he was back with a vengeance. And look at that, he's in the wall. So 3 drivers losing at the same corner, Sean, and we haven't seen a safety car considering they've all been on track, and Taj almost loses it as he exits that corner as well.
Yeah, I mean, in other leagues I drove, we had the same exact situation, and we have safety cars, and we have here not, so very surprising that there's no safety car with that pile up we had already in lap 1, and now here again. So I don't know what Codemasters are doing, but clearly times are... Oh, that's Jamie, no!
Jamie's binned it. Jamie's absolutely binned it. We're riding on board with him. He was close behind his teammate. The only consolation for him is, Sean, he won't be finishing 4th today, but he is out of this race. He is our 4th retiree. We're only on lap 3, and that castle section and beyond proving the deciding one here today. The gap's starting to form between the drivers, so Gaza the only driver within DRS, and he is closing as they head down the back straight, but Jamie, 3-4 places in a row, he'll be disappointed to end it there.
Yeah, and also disappointed. I have fallen a good chance, but unfortunately it didn't happen. And Gazman's going down the inside of Nick, and he goes in straight through, I think. Going a little bit on a fight.
Yeah, he's got the throttle down, but the Mercedes is still with him. If he can get a better exit, DRS will play dividends as they head down this second DRS straight into turn 3, I believe. Taz getting a 3-second time penalty, so again, not the day he wanted to start at F1 TS Hub here in Baku. But Nick, is he going to be able to hold on these Red Bulls and these Mercedes at the moment, the top 4?
Yeah, hopefully they do, and yeah, the gap's already just spread out after the guys have pitted. So guys, for a new safety car, after the car is in turn 1, and yeah, the gap just fight. So hopefully Nick can stay with Gazzaman to even gain back DRS. So we have at least a fight for a podium position, but I think this Gazzaman is gonna go. Yeah, oh, Nick is lost the back end a little bit, and there goes Gazzaman out of the 1 second, and therefore he's gonna chase down Joet in the other Mercedes drive, so it's gonna be pretty tasty in a couple of laps.
Yeah, Joet not seemingly able to hold on to Danestar at the moment. A 5-second gap now within 4 laps, so Danestar really looking comfortable here. But this is such a long race, so many things can happen. There's so many variables to play for that you wouldn't want to give the trophy to anyone too early. Particularly these last couple of corners proving ever so difficult, as the Mercedes man heads down towards turn 1. Gaza, meanwhile, chasing down Joret. Rex is on DRS of Rex. Rex is on DRS of White Eagle, by the way. So here we go. This could be a pass. Much better exit. Much more confidence.
Yeah, I mean, he's in low ERS one, but Primeval just with the momentum, and wow, that's just actually
side by side.
Still though, so let's see if he can make it. Primeval makes it, but White Eagle is gonna have DRS, but. And also Jamie put it on in the stream. He said, "I bloody hate this god awful track burning to the ground." I can relate to that. So very unfortunate for Jamie to crash out, but we can all agree on his opinion on this track. We have yellow sector 2. That's where
can't see anyone at the moment.
Either. And also Gazman is right up on Joel already in 8/10. He is currently flying right now.
Yeah, Gaza looks comfortable here today around this track. The interesting thing will be if when he gets past this Mercedes, I say when because it's more a case of when than if. The Force India moves out of the way nicely to let him go, but then looks to get in a bit of a way of the Mercedes behind, causes yellow flags. But can he catch his teammate after this? Obviously his teammates had the pace advantage so far this season, but Gaza doing the job on him in Australia. Can Gaza, do you think, take the fight to him, close that gap? Something's happened. Danestar's made a mistake because Joret's now closed from 6 seconds to 3 seconds.
He actually made a mistake somewhere, and he's even on the straight, so I think he just hit the wall, I believe. There goes Gazzaman. Straight past. Nick, we have yellow sector 3 again. Is that for the back marker? I think it is, yes. And James.
Look how close. Danestar is under a second. Danestar's made a horrible mistake here. Has he got damage?
I don't see anything on the left side. It must been his right side of his wing must be broken.
No, you can't see the right side on Gaz's car either. So
don't see any damage. So
White Eagle's got ahead of Jonas. So sorry, Jonas and Rex are into the pits. Should have spotted that. But yeah, Danestar. He was starting to look like he could walk away, but I was saying how much concentration and how many variables can come into play in this track, and yeah, he's back up over a second, but yellow flags out again. Danestar does not have this one easy. That's going to really, if he has made him a couple of mistakes, Sean, how much will he be thinking about those every time he goes through this castle section?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I mean, then you have to take it very easy, and oh my god, he almost hit the wall there. I don't know what's causes this problem, because he's now going back up with the gap to Gazman, but I know if his tires are just already heated up just so much that he has already titan problems, or yeah, just some other place. Yellow sector 1 again. That's D-Boy then spun round, but he has no broken front wing, so he can continue his way on. But yeah, the gap is now 1.3 actually. So I don't know what's going on with Dingstar actually.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe he's got some sort of problem or something that he's carrying at the moment. Either way, his teammate is holding on to him, and it's putting us in for an exciting race. Dazik on those ultra soft tire. Let's just run through for you. We can see that Jonas, Rex, D-Boy Dan, Dazik, and Taj have all stopped once. Liam's come into the pit twice now. See some carbon fiber in the castle section. Oh, and the Toro Rosso D-Boy Dan hits the inside, and also Taj has retired from the session. Yeah.
I know where it is, so I'm gonna go with Liam's, not the castle section, so I know where I'm track it is.
Down to 12 runners from 17, 5 retirees here today for those of you who can't do that equation. But Danestar, what's going on with this Red Bull man, the championship leader? Does he have some sort of a problem? Is he just a little bit nervous after a mistake?
Or he is a little bit now nervous, or
Rex is in the pits so again.
Right now. Yeah, this is third stop now, I believe. I don't see any good from him actually, so I know what's going on, but I think with Danestar, I think he has pushed so hard, and I think he just completely ignored his titans, and I think it just raced up, I think, causing that problems.
Rex being held in the pits as well, so oh no, that was just some lag on our commentator view. But Sean, story of the race so far: 7 laps in and 5 drivers to crash out. We're in for exciting final 20 laps or so.
Yeah, and now with Danestar just now compromising his lead to Gazman, we may see a very tasty fight at the end of the session. Hopefully in the midfield with around 10th place we can maybe see some battles forming up, but yeah, so far just a lot of drivers score out in the first 10 laps. We've not seen that quite a lot, so it's gonna get down to the wire. Maybe the drivers who don't score points this season can maybe score here some points, and providing still from the drivers that are in front of him crashed out. So you just have to stick it, even though you're not really the fastest. Just keep your nose intact, then you're gonna score points.
And do you think that's what White Eagle's doing? And currently in 7th position, we saw he didn't fight. I think it was Rex too much, but in 7th position, not making any mistakes so far, and could be in for his best points haul of the season.
Yes, and I think he's doing that, even though he's still starting on the super. So just take it easy, just stick to your pit window, and then yeah, everything comes into place. And we have a fight for 10th place between Liam, Dazik, and oh yeah, Yellow Flag sector 2. That's Nick's spot. Oh, he's retired. He's retired. He tried to stick back the car. He wanted to do a donut, failed that, and he drove straight into the wall.
Riding on board with White Eagle.
White Eagle. Just look on this. I think he called out there.
Oh yeah! Whoa, that was close as well for White Eagle here. So White Eagle moves up to 6th. Nick is out of this race. We'll see if we can see that again. His stricken car as he goes past. There you go. It's in the wall. He's done and dusted. One of the Mercedes out. Gaza's got the gap down to 1.4 seconds. So you have to say Gaza looking extremely quick around this Baku circuit.
1 second right now. Yeah, he's looked very confident, and without with Danestar, I think he manages Titans under control, doesn't do any weird things, and even on the straights, even with medium earth, he is still faster than Danestar. So I think Danestar changed his setup or something, and that was very good in the wet, but I think in the dry it's severely compromised, I believe.
Bookster thinking that his tires are overheated. Perhaps he's struggling to get them back down to temperature. What do you make of that, Sean?
Yeah, you have to just watch your tire temps very good here around this track, because you know it's a lot of slow corners, so you want to put on the throttle as early as you can. But on this track, with the tire temps and the tire choices for this race, it's very hard. And if you're starting on ultras, the tire is already heating up after lap 4, and then supers a couple of laps later. So you may see some drivers in level 2 that are gonna struggle on these tires and maybe putting into the wall at the final. Oh,
Dazik's out.
Yes, we have 10 runners. now. So everyone can score points right now, but
D-Boy Dan's in the pits as well.
Oh, there he is. If you run over with Dacer, then you can see he put it in the wall there. Final corner.
I'd missed it, so we'll switch back to Stevie G, and then we're going to come past.
You can see it.
Yeah, you can see a wheel there. We just drove past it, so we've now got 7 drivers out of this race, and no safety car. You would have to say that every single one of them would have been a safety car in real life, so we would have been in for a long evening had we had 7 safety cars, Sean.
Yeah, and I don't know what Codemasters is doing with this, because we have 7 retirements, all within very dangerous locations, and we still don't have
D-Boy Dan, yeah, D-Boy Dan got out of the way of the Red Bull, and by getting out of the way, he actually held up Danestar, and then just sailed on into the escape road. Just a little bit more awareness obviously needed from him, and now Gaza obviously has made a little mistake there, because he was right behind his teammate.
Yeah, or he's just backing out, or I don't know what they are doing, but pretty weird to say, but I think the gap is going back up again, so I think Danger has it under control right now, so I think for the win it's gonna be right down to these 2 guys, and I think for this, not the South team, but for White Eagle is looking very promising now, 6th place, and he can even just bunching up in the standings right now, if he can keep this position.
Yeah, interestingly, when these 2 raced side by side in Australia, we commented, Sean, how there were clearly no team orders. There was no hold bars between them. They gave it everything. So if they do come into a position where they're racing wheel to wheel, we can expect more of the same.
We can expect more of the same, but if you want to go side by side in this track, it's a little bit harder than, let's say, in Australia. So. But I really love it that if you go side by side, and I just hope they don't replicate a Red Bull situation here in real life.
Yeah, definitely. That was a little bit of carnage, wasn't it? So, guys, I can see his teammate in the distance, but can't seem to mount a challenge just yet. Alright, let's talk tyre strategy, Sean. Those super soft runners, when do we expect them to be pitting?
We are on a lap 11 out of the 26, and I expect, even though they are fresh... Oh! I saw some bit of debris coming off from the Red Bull, from Danestar. I saw a little bit of a front wing, but it could be me though. I saw something flying off, but it could be me hallucinating everything. So, yeah, tires choices, I think lap 11 till 13, I think this time around. Just spinning, then it will be just not lose too much time. And for the soft runners, yeah, it was only Jamie who started on the soft, but he could do maybe 17, 18 laps.
Ols is on the softs as well, don't forget, he started on that compound, so both Haas drivers doing the same strategy. What I'm interested to know as well is if you were to come into the pits and you try and go for an undercut, how important is it to come out with clean air? Because an undercut here, there's so many corners, it could gain you quite a bit of lap time on your rival. But of course you don't want to come out in traffic and just ruin your chances of gaining any sort of advantage.
Yeah, you don't want to hold up here, and I see Danes are coming to the pits. This could be very interesting, and Gasman is of course continuing on, so... How
Red Bull driver, he's had enough of those super softs.
Yeah, 11 laps, so I called it, so... Perfect time to pit, and those softs can easily make it till the end.
We'll see where the Red Bull driver comes out. Looks like he's going to come out in clean air, so that is going to be absolutely crucial for him to gain advantage. But of course he's got to heat those tyres up. It's not just a case of bolting them on and just letting them do the job with the extra grip. He's got to get tyre temps into them, as we're seeing Jonas chase down White Eagle now.
Yeah, it is a change now, but of course it's how important is coming this battle, because I think White Eagle just don't want to fight, but Jonas pitted on lap 6, so this could be interesting how he can approach it. I think for White Eagle, I think he doesn't have to fight that much, because he's on lap 12, his superstars are pretty old, and Jonas, his tires are pretty much fresh, So I think you just don't have to fight that much if you come to the long straight and just pitting for a nice set of softs. And just keeping on his own race, because I think with the pace he's now doing, I think he can easily finish 6th or 7th in this race.
Yeah, definitely. Our pinnacle race starting soon at 8 o'clock, so you'll have another stream come up at F1 TS Hub on our channel. Of course, that is commentated on by Kieran and Sean, so best of luck to them. Hope the drivers put on a good show. No one has said they can attend that tier either, so it is possible that we could have a full grid in our pinnacle middle pace tier at 8 PM. Gazza into the pits, by the way, so let's see how much, as is Jorit, how much time has Danestar gained, or has he lost time? This is going to be crucial with only one pit stop.
He won. He won time. He won already time. There we go. Oh, Danestar almost making a mistake going still too early. And there goes Gazzaman. Oh, he's crossed the white line. There goes Alls. He's gonna be right down to the line, and
Gazza just gets him. That was so important.
Alls gonna get DRS. Alls is gonna get DRS, but is it gonna make a big difference? The answer is no.
3 seconds that gained Danestar, even with that mistake at turn 1. Seeing a position change between Jonas and White Eagle. We said that might be happening very shortly as White Eagle comes into the pits now as well. 10 runners left in the session. If you finish, you score points. It's as simple as that. If only, Sean, it was so simple.
Indeed, and yeah, some drivers fought on that, but with unfortunate circumstances, Danestar hitting the wall a little bit. No front wing damage, of course, so yeah, a lot of drivers thought they could maybe do that, but yeah, unfortunate events happen, but I think if you just crashed out or just finished the race, you are just glad that you don't drive on this horrible track. So I think it is now focus on Spain, which is loved by a lot of drivers. So if you can put the focus on there, yellow sector 1. That's White Eagle. Spun round. He's gonna lose his position to Liam, but
I think he just came out of the pits there. So perhaps cold tires. Struggling to get the car slowed down.
Again.
Yeah, so he's going to have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, you can't continue on this set of tires. Wait, I see a broken front wing there on...
It's a strange decision, that.
That's a very strange decision. You could easily go soft on that stint, easily.
We'll keep an eye on that gap between the two Red Bulls, see whether Danestar is able to extend it or if it comes down, but one mistake can change everything, and Gazza has got the gap down this lap, so it's interesting, these two. They seem to back and forth really, don't they? I wonder if they're speaking on headset during this race.
I hope they do, because if they don't get Jamie has left the session, just got already question in the conversation, but yeah, it's frustrating. Other times Danestar is so quick, and other times it just looks like he just hits a wall and then just drops down massively. So honestly, it's a little bit up and down for those two.
Yeah, we saw how close Danestar, well, not how close, he did touch the wall in qualifying, did Danestar. So we know he's not afraid to put the outside of his wheels on those concrete blocks to the left and his right, but Gazza, you have to say, doing a good job for Red Bull to get past those two Mercedes at the moment. Jorah is on the back of Ols, so perhaps we're going to see a potential overtake down the back straight. Ols yet to pit, of course.
Yes, and I think, the only fight now third, but I think Ols, he can go, if he pits now, then he can go easily make it on a set of supers, but...
He'll be quick for the last in, won't he? On those super soft tyres will
indeed go in very quick, or... If he waits a little bit longer, he will go on sort of ultras, but that is a little bit risky in my opinion. But yeah, there goes Jordan. Yeah, also has already in medium his ERA. He's not fighting that hard, so I think he's going to the pits. Yeah, he's going to the pits.
Tricky pit entrance here as well, isn't it, Sean? To get the car slowed down and get it turned in, but you can see some debris there off the track at turn 1, so it looks like someone's lost a bit of their front wing. Let's run you through the order as we reach lap 15. Danestar leads, his teammate Gazza in second, Jorah in third, Ols in fourth, Stevie in fifth. He's had a quiet race, has Stevie, just been kind of on his own for the majority of the time. Where's he going to come out in relation to Ols just behind him. So Ols has jumped him through that phase.
And even with fresher tires. So
yeah, so obviously got pace, DRS for Stevie though. So yeah, 4th is Ols, 5th is Stevie, 6th is Jonas, 7th is Liam, 8th is White Eagle, 9th is Rex, and 10th is D-Boy Dan. Liam, he was having Wi-Fi issues, but in 7th place at the moment. Not the cleanest race, but starting from the back, you have to say, he would have taken that just before qualifying started.
Yeah, he thought he would maybe not race, but hey, he still does that, and he comes into pit for his 2nd pit stop. I think he's going again for a set of supers, I believe. I think he's starting on the ultras, I believe. He's going again on a set of supers, but I don't know if he's starting on the supers or not. No, he's starting on supers.
Wait and see.
Oh wait, he pitted. Yeah, he started on supers, pitted on soft, and now he's on supers again. So yeah, he can finish on this. No worries.
White Eagle's pitted as well again, so he obviously sustained some damage when he came out of the pits there. Dane Star sets the fastest lap of the race, so just shows you he is comfortable for the moment. But every time you see the fastest lap pop up, you do wonder, Sean, is he pushing too much?
I think he is maybe pushing now, but the sauce, yeah, it should be no problem, even though he's pushing like a madman, Dexter. But don't cheer too early, because yeah, you never know what's gonna happen in this race. Because even with 10 laps, even the leaders can even crash out. We have the others again in sector 1. That's for no one. Yellow sector 2. Oh, that's Pineville. That's fun round.
Oh yeah, he's having a race to forget.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Hitting a wall very hard, and he lost a broken front wing.
They'll have to make another pit stop. Will the McLaren driver? Bad day for McLaren. Oh, he's binned it.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's the broken front wing.
That is, both tires are gone. So he obviously had no downforce with that front wing through there, and just lost the car. Went straight into the wall. So
wait,
it's like,
what happened to? Wait, White Eagle. Wait, what is it? What did he do? Oh wait, he let the leader through. He let Joy through. Never mind. I don't have said anything. Withdrawal that for me. Yeah, and with Pineville, you have a broken front wing and you go in that corner, you always have to lift off, because full throttle is never gonna work, and there's a result with Pineville. So pretty unlucky, but now it's going to. Oh my God, no! My Jesus Christ! White Eagle almost hitting that wall, and he's so lucky. He is not retired. I guarantee you, he almost looks like he's going to retire. And I think he's gonna continue on. Even with that broken front wing, that was pretty scary.
D-Boy Dan chasing him down as well now. So this is for 8th and 9th position.
Oh wait, the gap has dropped massively from Danger to Gas. It's almost now it's in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's made it. It's like he keeps making these mistakes, which loses him a couple seconds. You would think it's better for him to be slightly less aggressive and leave a bit of time on the track and consistently be able to deliver, because one mistake here, Sean, and everything can change.
It is, yeah. So even though you are a lead and you have very good pace, I mean, it's Baku, and this track is really punishing you. And always, what my teacher in school always said, God exists, so he always punishing you. So I don't know why I said that, but he always said it to me, and I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna bring it in here.
Well, I think Danestar is only thinking about those full 25 points at the moment. Rather than God. But D-Boy Dan, right on the back of White Eagle, who's really struggling at the moment with that wing damage. And let's see D-Boy Dan if he can mount an attack. Quicker tires as well.
I mean, if he's just smart, he's just gonna pit again, you know. He's lost, but he still gets 2 points, you know. So you just have to play it safe. Just don't do anything stupid, especially in this section. What can he do?
Beautiful overhead shot here. D-Boy Dan looks like he's going to get the job done.
Yeah, he's going to get it. I mean, you just have to pit. You know, it's no point fighting that position. I think he's going to the pits. Yeah, he goes. So,
yeah.
Going again for the set of supers, I believe.
Could maybe even take a set of ultras if you wanted to from this point. On.
Oh my. Oh, okay. I saw him just yeah. Okay, that must be me then. Anyway, it's dropped down to 4.5 between Danestar and Gazerman, so... And Liam gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And you can see the top 6 all made 1 stop and the rest just pitted more or less time. So White Eagle and Liam the only ones with 3 pit stops. And BD were then with 2 pit stops.
So interestingly, perhaps Gaz is just a bit kinder on his tyres or able to manage a more consistent pace.
But now again, now Danestar is gaining the time again. It's now 5 seconds again instead of 4.5. So I think, yeah, it's a strange situation this time.
Do you think Danestar is just playing with us a little bit, giving us something to say during commentary?
I hope he is watching also the stream and listen to us, that he maybe fool us just going very slow, thinking he has a problem, and then speed up again, and then we are gonna get the speed. So if he plays games, well done.
Well, at the moment, there's no games around this track. I'm sure everyone is fully focused to get to the end of this race, to try and score maximum points on a race where we've had a lot of non-finishers, but will we add any more names to the list, do you think, Sean?
Yeah, and I think it will, but if I just now watch the board again with Danestar and Gasman, what surprised me is, in every corner, Gasman in every corner is 1 gear higher than Danestar in this corner, where he goes now. He's going in 4th gear and Danestar takes it in 3rd, so... Because I think Gasman is taking in higher gears, I think his tires are not going to get overheated that much, and maybe he's going to pull out that gap, maybe even smaller at the end of the race. It just caught me by surprise actually.
Pinnacle tier.
He takes it in.
Pinnacle tier, by the way, Sean, is getting underway in qualifying now. They've got a dry session, so best of luck to all 19 drivers in that tier. So great turnout over there. But we hope they have more finishers than we do, because at the moment we really don't have that many to commentate on, or those that are close to each other. So it's been exciting in terms of incidents, but Sean, it hasn't been entirely exciting in terms of really race long or lap long battles.
No, in the beginning we had some, but after everyone just has crashed, and with pistols crashing into walls, it's pretty much spread out, which it's expected on this track. But yeah, unfortunately we don't have any good on-track battles, although Jordan is closing a little bit on Gasman, but it's really not that big, to be fair. And yeah, just for that, it's a pretty boring one actually right now. With the drivers is all spread out.
That gap as well, come under 5 seconds again between Gazer and Danestar. So Gazer, of course, 1 lap fresher tyres. Ols doesn't seem to be making too much of a gain on Joret, but Joret could be on for a podium here, so let's talk about him. This would be his first podium of the season, I believe, after a poor strategy choice in China last time out. He wants to build this season. He said in his pre-race interview, his season starts from tonight. Do you think that's the case?
I think he does, yeah. He's doing a pretty good job, so hopefully he can keep this going. Ooh. Let's see. And the gap again is just dropped down. Yeah, it's gained up again. So I think Dane, what you say again? With playing games, he does that again. I think he's just playing games. Dane sucks.
Well,
really
games is all in the head. I wonder if Gaza will be wondering what on earth is going on in his sister Red Bull car. But Danestar looking the man to beat at the moment. This could be his 3rd victory. Oh, and Liam's binned it. We do have another retiree. Where is that? That has got to be the final 2. Fast left, right.
It has to be again. So we're gonna finish with 8 drivers, and we started with 17. That is just excellent. So, and Liam said it. He made a stupid mistake. And where is it? I don't see him actually.
I don't see him either. can't be this far down the straight, surely.
Yellow flag's there, is he?
It is somewhere around here. He has. He's crashed there. It's almost like he decided not to pit. Liam, if you're watching, let us know. Oh, he was weaving down the straight. He's just put on the live stream. So there you go. Not the best idea. Oh, White Eagle almost losing it.
Weaving down the straight, and I mean, if you're that bored and then weave, then I'm sorry, Liam, but then you made maybe the biggest, maybe the dumbest mistake I ever saw.
Well, I said he would have taken a 7th place finish when he was having Wi-Fi issues. Now he's going to take a 0 points finish. He's the latest driver to retire.
I think 9th, I think, because I don't know how many percent he completed. I think he can still have points, I believe.
I'm not sure. I don't believe. I think the rules changed a couple seasons ago, where even if you finish in the points, if it's a DNF, you don't score any. But don't quote me on that. The rules, of course, are on the website www.f1tshub.com. We haven't spoken about it. If you do want to sign up to F1 TS Hub, you can head over to that. We had another 2 come in today to join our waiting list, so that's 16 now on our waiting list, Sean. And of course, we just try and get everyone seated as soon as spaces become available in a tier that suits their pace. But as you can see, we will have hopefully some spaces come up soon. But Gaza got the gap down under 4 seconds. So
3.9.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually. What is actually going on there? Oh, Jamie is joined again here. So I think we just don't want to miss us actually, and just still enjoying this wonderful, exciting races. And D-Boy then is pitting for his 3rd pit stop. So he's gonna maybe go for the fastest lap. I think he will. The gap is now again 4 seconds. So I think the gap is just going up and down for Dametar.
Yeah, and the gap about the same behind with Jorit. So Gaza in a sandwich of times. Yellow flags in sector 1. Who's that for? D-Boy Dan. Come out the pits. We've seen a lot of drivers come out the pits with those cold tires and struggle to slow the car down.
Yeah, and yellow sector 3. It's still yellow sector 3, but I think no one is in sector 3.
I can't see any incidents there at all.
It's gonna go right aboard with Daystar. Maybe still debris.
Still going flat through that, full revs.
Yeah.
4.9, big 5 seconds to get back up to.
Yeah, he's pushing now. He starts boosting.
I'm gonna ride on. Yeah, he's just on the fastest. I'm gonna ride on board with him and just see if there's a particular corner maybe he's making a mistake or something.
Yeah. And still Danger, all tires still putting on a 41.5, which is still a very nice job. Still with all tires, I mean, yeah, flawless race right now for him.
Yeah, definitely lap 22 out of 20. Sorry, lap 23 out of 26. And as we see Danestar navigate the tricky section of the track, heading up towards the even trickier castle section, followed by the even quicker, trickier final section of the track.
Yeah, the castle section always provides some, yeah. Even if you're steering too early, you crash out, and even if you're steering too late, you can still crash out there. So it's just a corner that I think people just hate it, you know, just want to disappear that corner, but it makes up for something special actually, in my opinion. It's sort of the back corner in Monaco. You know, just if you nail that, then it's just so. It gives you a sensational feeling through your body that if you get that corner right, and it's the same with the course. If you nail that, then just you feel so happy, you feel amazing, you feel everything to
I
your
wouldn't
body.
know,
So,
Sean. I've never nailed that section, particularly the exit of the just as you go through the castle section, the exit. I just never feel like I do it right. But the gap back down to 4.3. It's I can't pick out where Gaz is gaining time or where he's not gaining time. It seems to be all over the place. Danestar seems sloppier as he exited the castle section, really sliding the rear of the car. But let me ask you this, Sean. A lot of drivers saying Danestar's going to win this title. It's his. You might as well give it to him now. Send the trophy. Blah blah blah. 4.2 seconds cover the two Red Bulls. Jorit's only 5.5 seconds behind. 24 laps out of 26. That's still a very small gap.
It's still a very small gap, and it's only round 4 of the 21 rounds. And even now, Danestar can still make a mistake, and the championship is going to be just blown wide open again. So, yeah, I mean, it is possible though. So, I think it's really unfortunate that you can't say really right now just give the trophy to him, because you never know what's going to happen actually. And even still something can happen on the last lap that even Danestar can still crash out. I can explain for that because I made that mistake myself. So anything can happen.
Well, only 8 runners left in the session. It's going to be a Red Bull 1-2 if things stay as they stand. Back over 5 seconds now is Danestar as he heads to begin his penultimate lap. This fast series of corner, he doesn't really show any regard or any respect for the walls, does he? He's just pushing through that fast section without any care in the world. But Gaza not far behind, and I think Gaza will take confidence from this result here tonight. I think he's really put in a good performance from fighting off those Mercedes. Danestar didn't really have that challenge from the Mercedes to deal with today. Gaza did, and he's showing exactly why you can't write him off of a championship challenge here this season.
Yeah, and looking to the comments, and I think someone commented like, no points for you because your DNF regardless, you in top 10 to Liam, but I don't know if the rules are definitely changed by that or not, but I don't know. It's something with you with that, so I think it is, but yeah, if it is, then it's very unfortunate that Liam is retired and not getting any points with that, so a bit unfortunate, but these things happens. And yeah, I think with Danestar, someone say that he deserves to be the champion, to win the championship, Danestar, and it is in some way, because his pace is just very dominant, just shows a very good sign that he go to the pinnacle tier, maybe even this season, because he's gonna lose his points, but I think he can just gain them back rapidly, I think, in the pinnacle. So
well, we never have really moved a driver up or down a tier during the season, so I don't really think it's something we'd necessarily do. I mean, look at Reflow last season. You know, we had 12 races in the podium tier for season 11. The first 6 were all different winners, and then Reflow went on to win the rest of them. So just shows you when you put in the hard work and you practice and you improve, what the rewards are for you. You know, you're able to take those pole positions, you're able to dominate with these fastest laps and take the wins. But I don't think this is over. I think Danestar's had, you know, if he wins this race, he will have had 3 races where he hasn't really had a challenge, in a sense where he hasn't had to deal with a safety car, or he hasn't had to deal with any changing conditions, or even, you know, someone taking him into the first corner. You know, he's led out of turn 1, so the guy who starts alongside him on the grid, they should be looking at that and going, how can I get a better start than the guy on my left or right, and get him into turn 1, and then you can perhaps see him, you know, attacked from 3rd, 4th and 5th, and we'll really get to see whether he deserves to be the champion.
Yeah, and of course you have to practice those things. You know, it doesn't come like 1, 2, 3, and yeah, it is. But yeah, I can't really say. I have to be pretty much agree with you on that point.
There you go. Nick and Sean agreeing. We are on the last lap of the race. Now I just need to get you to agree with your good friends and fellow commentator Odems, but we'll work on that for another day. Danestar has led this one pretty much every lap from pole position. He is closing in on his 3rd win in a row. Hard work pays off. is going to be his motto after this one. I have to say this is definitely going to be his trickiest race win, particularly when we saw that gap come down between himself and Gaza.
Also, but if he gets win, he also get his first Grand Slam. He has the pole position, won the race right now, and he's having the fastest lap. So well done for this, and very good job, weaving like a madman. He deserves this race.
He's a winner. He's another race winner at F1 TS Hub. Gaza comes home in second. Jorit will come home in third position for his first podium of the season. He's happy as well. Oles starting on that soft compound. Yeah, in fourth position. So
it's a good result.
Yeah, 12 points, another 12 points. Yeah, so one of the Haas boys finishing in fourth every single race. A little bit of a weave there to celebrate. Stevie, another good result for him. That's 2 weeks in a row, so looking forward to seeing what he can do and how he can improve throughout the season as well. He's weaving, so he's happy, but be careful, boys. Liam found out the hard way what happens when you weave down the back straight. Jonas, disappointing.
It's a fight. It's a fight actually for 7. Dearboy Dan is right up the tail of Jonas actually, but I don't know if that's the position or not.
No, it's a lap down,
I believe.
So,
I mean, just let the fight. Come on, guys. Let the fight. Come on. You can do this.
Oh, be careful. We don't want an incident as we cross the line. But
I won't do that, but
Jonas comes across the line to take 6th. So 21 laps on that soft compound. That's obviously why he wasn't able to challenge. He pitted quite early. But Jonas, he looked like he really had some strong pace at the beginning, but wasn't able to carry that through. D-Boy Dan finishes behind him. White Eagle finishes in 8th position, but we'll have some podium celebrations, some lovely champagne, and then of course we will bring you the official confirmation. But Sean, Baku, it took some lives, it took some wheels, and Red Bull, they survived it all.
Again. Yeah, just an 1-2. The second time they did it, so yeah, Red Bull right now, they are just unstoppable. And just again, a fantastic job. The strategies, everything was just right down correctly, and yeah, deserve to be there on the top step of the podium.
There we have it. As we get to the results screen, I will bring you official confirmation. This was round 4. This is the podium tier. This is season 12 at F1 TS Hub. Dainstar takes the win. Gaza takes 2nd. 3rd is Jorit. 4th is Oles. 5th is Stevie. 6th is Jonas. 7th is D-Boy Dan. Good result from him from 14th on the grid and 3 pit stops. White Eagle in 8th position. Now those are all your finishers. Liam finished in 9th DNF. Rex in 10th DNF. Tazik in 11th DNF, Nick in 12th DNF, Taj on his first race in 13th DNF, Jamie, unfortunately for him, DNF in 14th, Gamersat in 15th DNF, Ermi in 16th DNF, and only one phase, the final DNF of the day. Sean, been a good race. We move on to round 5 next week in Spain, back to a more normal circuit, we would say, where we really get to see the pecking order in terms of pace. Can anyone knock Dainstar off that top step?
I hope someone can do, but for now he is just in a wall right now. But anything can happen. Even when you are on a win streak, you can still be thrown out with that, and I experience myself, and it can still happen, you know. So you don't have to be too overconfident right now, but you know, there's still drivers here that can still knock him on on the win. So don't be too overconfident.
Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for watching. This is the podium tier at F1 TS Hub, and this is our 12th season. Congratulations to all the drivers who finished today's race, and the 2 Red Bulls and Jorit for finishing on the podium. Myself and Sean will be back next week for round 5 in Spain. At the moment, you can head over to the Pinnacle tier, which is our middle pace tier. They're live at F1 TS Hub, and then our Prestige tier will be live at 9 PM. The quickest boys in the league will be going head to head. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hit that subscribe button as well. Help us get our followers up. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week.